Yeah, thanks everybody for being here today. Actually, I should say tonight, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Really proud of our seniors. They've been through a ton over the last 2 years, and to finish, obviously, today, the season that really is on their shoulders. They've been the ones that have gotten our values back, reestablished our standards, and to go, obviously to 10 wins in the regular season is something that's obviously very special. I tip my hat to Bill. He's a great friend. We've known each other for a long time. They've been through a lot, and to see the way that, he's kept that program together is very impressive, to say the least. Well-deserving of the opportunity to lead that program, and very happy for him and his family, and most importantly for those young men down in Champaign. That's a tough thing to go through, but just really, really pleased with the way that we approached the game today. I thought we had a really good week coming off a huge win last week on the road. I thought the attitude and the approach of the guys was spot on from the minute we started our prep this week. Handled the holiday very well, and came out ready to go today. I'd like to thank Tim Lefevre, everybody here at Soldier Field. Very thankful for the opportunity to play in this historic venue. And, I was a born and raised Chicagoan. I was 10 years old when the Bears won the Super Bowl. So to have the privilege to have a team that I lead run out of the tunnel here at Soldier Field today was something that I'll never soon forget on a selfish standpoint. But thanks to Tim and everybody here at the Park District, the field was just in awesome shape, and especially with all the rain we had the last few days. So a lot to be thankful for, a lot of room for improvement in our game, but obviously our defense is pretty special. So with that, how about some questions, please?
What does 10 wins represent to you? You alluded to it, but was it a goal at the beginning of the year? And when you look back at this?
Yeah, David, we talk about going 1-0 each week. It sounds like a coachism, but really I think it's a huge challenge on 17 to 22-year-old guys right now to focus in the moment. It's gone from 20+ years ago when I started coaching that, you'd look at the guys, if they brought a cell phone on the trip, you'd yell at them. Now we're sitting around pregame and guys are watching other games on their phones. It's a totally different world. So when you think about all the distractions that are on their plate, the schedule that we played this year, and only have 2 bumps in a row against 2 outstanding football teams, I think speaks volumes about not only the senior class, but I think where we're headed as a program. We got a lot of room for improvement. We're not, the finished product in all 3 phases right now, but we know who we are, and we've embraced that here through Big Ten play. And some games it's been better than others, but we know exactly who we are, and we've stuck to that formula. Now we got to use the next couple weeks to really improve some areas that we have room for improvement.
Coach, I remember asking you before the season whether you thought this was the best defense you had.
Yeah.
Head coach, and obviously you weren't ready to say that yet before the season. Do you think it's safe to say that now?
Well, I think from a standpoint of our ability defensively to create big plays, absolutely. We got one more game to go, so statistically, I guess I'll take a look at that at the end of the year and reflect. But to me, I think what jumps out is our depth. We've played, more guys on defense. And, I'll sidestep your question for a second just to talk about, this game last year. I walked into the locker room and, obviously I give credit to our opponent, but, I was very self-critical. I thought that I really failed the team. We had 30-plus guys out in this game a year ago, and I was not going to allow that to be an excuse for our failure in performance. So it wasn't the guys' fault that were out there. It was my fault as a leader of the program that I didn't do enough to get the next group of guys ready. And you guys that have been with us all year, you've seen kind of the change in the plan a little bit. Going down to Duke in 112-degree heat on the field and playing, 64, 65 of the 70 guys that traveled. That's just an indication, I think, of not only our defense's depth, but our whole team's depth. And then everybody, the coaches, the players buying in and understanding that this year was different. We're going to play you. We're not just going to say that you're one play away. We're going to play you and give you that opportunity. And sometimes it worked really well, and other times, you went, well, that sounded like a great idea. But I think it paid dividends in the long run. And you see the guys the last month that have had to step up and play significant time. I think the change and the adjustment in the plan worked. But from a standpoint of our defense, again, they gave up 7 points today. And then we give up a turnover, give away momentum, and they get the stop. I mean, it just how Hank is not a finalist for or semifinalist for the Broyles role. Can you guys write him in? Because that's a joke. I mean, I don't know who's watching. You know, it's kind of like where we're at college football playoff ranking. I mean, I saw a team ranked X amount of spots ahead of us that we beat. I just don't get it. I mean, pop on the tape and watch the film. I mean, our kids dominated that game, and I don't think they get any credit. And, you know, we didn't win by 50 today, so we'll continue to get disrespected from that standpoint. But we played a very competitive schedule. We had 2 bumps in the road. Played 2 Power 5 teams that are both playing in the postseason. And I think our performance, our resume speaks for itself. So I look forward to watching the College Football Playoff Committee get it right here over the next 2 weeks. I know they will. I trust in them.
You just said a moment ago, we know who we are.
Yeah.
How would you describe who you are?
Yeah, we're a Chicago football team. You know, we're kind of old school. 95, neck roll. You know, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. And to a lot of people, they think that's boring. I could care less what they think. I call it winning. You know, that's who we are right now. You know, I'd love to put up the Baylor numbers, and I'd love to put up some of the numbers that these other teams are offensively, but they can't shake a stick at our defense. And we know who we are, and we have to play to who we are. We've been great in the kicking game all year, not statistically, but we've played good teams. You know, I would have loved to play teams that weren't very good or talented, but we've played good teams, so you're going to have statistical anomalies there. But, you know, I don't know how many yards we've given up kickoff or punt return-wise. It's not been very many. You know, Jack's been great in the fourth quarter. Big kick today. Couldn't get Miles going today with the wind a little bit. Was tough, but then Solo's a threat to score every time. So, you know, you look at all those things, you know, special teams-wise, we're in good shape. And, you know, we've got a pretty strong stable of backs, and we've had a you know, shoulder our offense with them, and they've done a great job with it, especially JJ.
Could you comment on Justin Jackson's play in the second half? He had over 100 yards, and he just seemed to get stronger.
That's pretty much who he is. It just seems like every game, as the game goes along, Justin just gets stronger and stronger. And I think somebody asked him last week, you know, it just seems like as the season is going along, you've just gotten tougher and tougher. And, you know, it's impressive to watch. And for a true sophomore, very impressive.
Fitz, you talked earlier in the week about the legacy that these seniors can leave if they got to the 10-win mark, and now that they're there, how impressive is that legacy for them to be part of 2 of these teams?
Well, it's huge. Yeah, I mean, it's a special legacy, and now one more huge opportunity in front of them. You know, to be the only senior class to potentially have 2 postseason victories would be, I think, a statement by that group. You know, that defensive line and secondary. When I met with them this January, and said that who they are and what they stand for and how they work and their attitude and their belief in the program has got to take over the program. They have got to just totally press their will, press their belief, and take the football team over. And, you know, the Deontay Gibsons and the C.J. Robbins and the Dean Lowrys of the world and Travion Henry and Matthew Harris, Nick Van – I mean, that's a strong group of leaders. And, you know, I know they're excited. I mean, that was a fun locker room to be a part of. And I know they're also excited for the next challenge and test that we're going to have. You know, obviously with our success, we're going to play an outstanding team. We'll find out who that is in a couple weeks. But I hope the guys have some good, clean American fun tonight and enjoy it because they've earned it.
What's your case for a New Year's Day bowl?
What's my case?
Yeah.
Well, I would say look at the resume. You know, you look at that we not only played a Pac-12 team, we also played an ACC team down on the road. We played a FCS playoff team. And then you look at our 2 losses. I don't know, did Michigan win or lose? I don't even know. They lost. So what do they have, 3 losses? So they have 9 wins? So if my numbers are correct, is that 21-3, the 2 teams that we lost to? I don't know. That's an excuse. We shouldn't have lost, but those are 2 pretty darn good teams. And the rest of the games we've won. We got the highest graduation rate in the country, if that means anything. It means our guys are about the right things, not only on the field but off the field. And they went on the field and won. And the eyeball test is wins. And the rest of the stuff is great for SportsCenter and BTN, you know, and for you guys to write about. But we won the games that put us in position to be in the conversation. And I would ask the committee to take a look at the film. Watch the tape, you know, especially in that team that we beat early in the year. You know, I'm tired of hearing about that it was early in the morning and all. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it not for me. I'm tired of it for those kids that have been through a lot, and I just feel like they're getting disrespected. I mean, pop on the video. I mean, we dominated the line of scrimmage. We dominated that football game. And, obviously we let 2 get away, so that's our fault. That's our fault. And we deserve to be where we would be because of that. But tired of hearing about 5 wins 2 years in a row, and I'm tired of hearing about that game was at 9. So it's a 10-win football team. It's played well.
Fitz, how much of your formula was not asking your quarterback too much?
David, just bringing him along. He's a freshman, and every rep is a learning experience. And now that he's wrapping up his freshman campaign, there's going to be some reps he's going to look back and say that was awesome, and there's going to be some reps that look back and go, wow, that was terrible. And he's just got to learn and grow from them, and then get ready to compete. Because I don't think Matt's going to sit idle. I don't think Matt Alviti is going to sit and just say, okay, it's your job. I just don't envision that happening. Matt's a true competitor and has been preparing every week to be the starter. We'll bring Lloyd out of a red shirt, and Clayton's going to continue to be pushed, not only by himself, but also by the guys from a competition standpoint. And that's a great thing about, I think, I believe where our program is right now. That's one great example that that the future is bright there. And I can't talk about the young man we're bringing in, but I'm excited about him too. So I think we're going to be fine there. And I'm thankful for Zach. We needed Zach to step up in a couple games this year, and to see the way that he did that. And he's been here as long as Brendan's been alive, my son. So to see him persevere and stay the course. So very fortunate to have those guys.
Coach, talk about how you guys trying to go 1-0.
Yeah.
What's it like for you knowing that if you go 1-0 or set the program record?
Well, I'd be ecstatic for our seniors. It would be, and I was talking to BTN on the field after the game, and our guys are celebrating, singing the fight song with our band, and that's what it's all about. It's about the guys, and especially to see what they've been through. Just incredibly proud of them. I'm incredibly thankful for their sacrifice, for their dedication to the program, and I think we've got a lot of room for improvement, which to me is very encouraging. To win 10 games and feel like, wow, we still got a long way to go, and then be on the kickoff of a $200+ million facility. It's a special time to be a part of our program, and just very thankful for all the support. Really exciting time.
Coach, how does it speak to the resiliency of the team after Illinois had the Big Six? Seemed like
Yeah.
momentum was turning their direction, but the guys really bunkered down and were able to seal the victory. How does that speak to you?
Yeah, well, you could definitely feel momentum shift. Again, it's one of those situations where we needed to put a couple of drives together. We were able to do that a little bit. And then also from a standpoint of our defense had to go out and make a big stop, and we got a big pick in the red zone by Matthew Harris. So fortunate to lose a turnover battle and win, but we were able to do that, I think, with just really solid defensive play, solid in the kicking game, and the ability to finish some drives, and especially get some first downs here down the stretch to pretty much milk the clock away.
Got time for one more. No more. Fine. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thank you, everybody, especially those that have covered us
Down the hallway.
all year. And happy holidays. Go Cats. Thanks.